Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. It's Sunday, May 7th. Haven't followed the news too closely this weekend, but I did see that there were two massacres in Texas. One involving a young man with an AR-15 style rifle killing, 7 people, plus himself making 8 people in an outdoor mall or in a shopping mall in Texas. And then another story about somebody in a vehicle running down and killing 7 people in front of a building where immigrants are housed or processed. So obviously a lot of anger and big energy coming out of Texas, not positive either. So I wanted to throw on that and get a kind of a feel for both those stories. So I'm going to combine both readings into one, the Texas massacres. For this particular reading, I busted out an celestial quartz that I have. And I refer to it as the angry snail because it's kind of snail-shaped, then you got these angry eyes on the bottom. But those are black tourmaline. I've not used this one in a reading before, and I'm curious to see what we can, how it enhances, if anything at all. Okay, again, these are for entertainment purposes only. And so, Spirit, what can you tell me about the shooting in Texas? The 33-year-old man with his AR-15. That car wants to stay on top. Okay, let's find out what background Spirit can give to us. Okay, temperance. Okay, so this person might. Temperance can sometimes be about addictions and drug usage, drug addictions, either intoxication or stimulants or something along those lines. The fellow who killed the family of 5 just recently, he was drunk shooting his AR-15 in the backyard, and he got that same card. It's the temperance card. Crossing with the Hierophant. Okay, so this could be about drug intoxication, but it could also very well be about not fitting in, not feeling like he fits in, or more to the point, instead of... I did read that there's white supremacist and neo-Nazi stuff, and that makes sense with this card. There's a hatred towards the government, and his cups were being filled with poison. And notice they're both major arcana. So this was something that was going to happen. It's kind of like, putting a match to a powder keg. It's going to blow at some point. So there could very well be, you find out maybe this person had a drug problem or something like that. But I think this is more saying that they were taking in poison. They were taking poisonous information that was anti-government in nature. And then they acted on it at that point. In the past, at the Knight of Cups... this is somebody who had an emotional message that they wanted to convey. Again, I did read that there were posts on their social media. That's about all I've read on this guy, is that he had social media posts that were white supremacist in nature, and this could be about going forward with that message. That emotion of something's wrong and he was going to do something about it. Maybe he was going through an emotionally hard time when he snapped. I without knowing more of the story, I don't know that. He could have been, but yeah, this could be like, somebody who was in a relationship and the relationship broke off, or he was pursuing a relationship and it was rejected, and then he got angry and snapped, and so let's just kill people because he's too emotionally immature to handle whatever happened to him. Current situation, 3 of Cups. That's an unusual card. Where I don't want to go with this is the celebration of hate groups being excited about this behavior. I think. And the problem is I think of the 3 of Cups as being such a positive card. You you've got the three, you've got the killings that happened. Was it Tennessee? No, I'm forgetting where the killings were. Plus this one, plus the guy driving over people in a car. And I read there's just another one in Mississippi. You have all these mass killings that are happening. And I think what this is that it's raising awareness on the emotional instability of some people. And maybe the Three of Cups could indicate that maybe there's going to be some legislation that comes forward. Apparently not with Governor Abbott, because I believe the quote from him was, well, gun violence happens in blue states too. Translation, get the F out of my way because I ain't changing no laws for you. Yeah, blue states don't have a bunch of Texans being gunned down with AR-15s, right? I mean, that's a uniquely Texas thing. That's just such a horrible argument. That argument makes me upset. If that guy doesn't lose his job just on that alone, they should shove that in his face at every political campaign, every time he sticks his head out the window. Because what an asshole thing to say. For entertainment purposes only. I'm not feeling very entertained with that comment. Current situation, Ace of Swords. No, it's kind of... Here's Beto O'Rourke. I told you so. I told you this would happen. You poo-pooed me, and I told you this was going to happen, and here we go again. Expect to hear from Beto O'Rourke on this one. Expect that he is going to... Yeah, the truth's coming out. Ace of Swords about the truth coming out. But I saw that the first thing that came to mind was Beto O'Rourke and how he confronted Abbott and the leaders of the GOP after one of the last massacres in Texas. Beto O'Rourke is going to be on frickin' fire. Keep an eye out for him. Expect that it's going to, he's gonna take that sword and he's just gonna start jamming it into the GOP. That's the overarching energy. Again, I think that it's that righteousness that's going to happen, and I think he's going to verbalize it. Lesson to be learned. Okay, second ace, money. Really, so Ace of Pentacles. It's about body. It could be about body, but I think this is money, and the arch on the bottom is about repeating. So here we go. We have gun violence, and we try to say something about gun violence, and you say nothing can be done about it because you're getting a bunch of money from the gun lobbies. And then you go through the archway, and it repeats, and then the message comes through, and you say nothing can be done because your money depends on keeping the gun lobby happy, especially in Texas. So this is about money, plain and simple. This is not about caring about the well-being of the citizens of Texas. This is about money, as it almost always is. Outcome, Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's going to be some swift condemnation happening really quickly with this one. Now, I know the killer is dead, so they'll do some investigations on that, but I think there's going to be a real push for legislation, and it's going to be hard charging by this guy in the sword. And again, I'm betting my money on Beto O'Rourke having a whole lot to say about that. And underneath is the Emperor. And again, I think this is the temperance versus the government, and underneath is the Emperor, who I'm going to say is the governor. Basically, the governor has made it open season in Texas. And if you're angry at the government and you want to take it out on people, you're allowed to. And this guy ain't going to do anything about it. He should be, but he's not going to. Now, that makes me wonder. I wasn't planning on throwing on Beto O'Rourke, but now I'm going to throw on Beto O'Rourke because I want to find out what Beto's up to. Because I think Beto's going to have something to say about this for entertainment purposes only. Spirit, as I shuffle here, badly. Beto O'Rourke. He had warned the government leaders in the GOP about the mass shootings in Texas during the elections. And we've had another mass shooting and other violence in Texas. What's Beto O'Rourke? What's his plans? What's he going to do about this? What's Beto O'Rourke going to do about this? Okay, here we go. We'll just do a 4-carder on that one. Sorrow, ease. I think this breaks his heart to see this happening yet again. We got 3 cups down, so and 2 cups standing up. Some people survived, some shooters are dead, but just like, this doesn't need to happen. This is such a waste. He's looking at these dead lives and realizing there's such a waste, but he's gonna try and focus then on the 2 lives that are remaining, the 2 cups remaining, because you have to protect those lives too. Got the 4 of Swords, the King of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. Okay. So, again, it's that sorrow, the mourning. I think right now he's allowing for a period of mourning, but he's going to come out. He's going to come out and he's going to be harsh with his judgment, and he's going to put the blame exactly where it belongs. And he may even wait till after the funerals are done. This could also be Beto having, kind of backed out of the public spotlight. It could also be there hasn't been any mass shootings for a while, so it's been kind of calm. But I think what it is that I think he's going to allow for a period of mourning, and when the burials have happened, or the majority of the burials have happened, then he's going to come out, and he's going to come out swinging. And I think he is going to be offering his solutions to people who don't want to hear what he has to say. He'll be ignored, but he's going to be out there professing his truth. A couple of 4s in there. How interesting. He's going to be out there telling them, this is on you, and they're not going to want to listen to it. Underneath it all is the Page of Cups, but he's going to resonate with young people who are just sick and tired of the status quo, young people who are tired of being scared of gun violence. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So Beto, it sounds like he's if I'm interpreting the cards correctly, he is going to allow time for thoughts and prayers. And I don't mean to roll my eyes at that wish. Those are wonderful wishes to have, but it's got to be more than thoughts and prayers. And then I think he's going to come out, and he's going to come out swinging. Okay. Now, switching gears. You have 7 people died after a car plows into a crowd in front of a Texas shelter that was housing immigrants. And it sounded like it was a Hispanic male that was the driver of the car, and he wouldn't give the police his name. He kept giving them false names, and there's not much known about that. I know they did drug tests and stuff like that, so I don't know if he was intoxicated, high on drugs, or what this person's deal was. So what can you tell us about this situation where the one guy drove into a crowd in front of a Texas shelter? What can you share with us about that? Okay, here we go. For entertainment purposes only, yeah. Hangman, okay. It's kind of a, wait and see, looking at things through a new perspective. It could be a willing sacrifice. Let's look more in the cards and try and get a feel for that. Versus the King of Cups. Okay. Why would he do that? I'm going to throw all the cards at this one. This is kind of... I have an idea, but I'll throw the rest of the cards. Okay. In the past, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Current situation is the 3 of Wands. Overarching is the Moon card. Lesson to be learned is the King of Wands. And then the outcome is the 7 of Pentacles. And underneath is the Ace of Wands. Okay, so... I think what you have here is somebody, and this is kind of where I was thinking originally, you have somebody here who was waiting his turn to be processed or come in the country, maybe to get into that housing or something along those lines. And there maybe was a judge or somebody who wasn't allowing for it at that time. Maybe, it could be that they were giving precedent to other people for other reasons. But I think this person was waiting their turn and then got tired of waiting and took the situation in their own hands. Okay, so you've got the Wheel of Fortune in the past. And then again, the energy underneath is the Ace of Wands, is taking matters into your own hands. Oh, you're not going to let me in? 7 people need to be out of the way before I get my turn? I know how to get rid of 7 people. And then you run them over with a car. Because, yeah. Okay, again, in the past we have the Wheel of Fortune. It would not surprise me to find out that this person had a criminal past, or they've been an illegal immigrant and they've been deported and he's back again. Or it just could be that he's been going through at the worst, it would be given the runaround. No, worse as in the least offensive thing. It's like, you're just getting the runaround, keep going through it. And that could very well be. Maybe he felt like he was getting the runaround on something and he kept waiting for his turn and his turn never came up. The current energy was the 3 of Wands. Again, it's waiting for your ship to come in. It's waiting for your turn, waiting for things to happen, and I imagine in this case, getting tired of waiting, so you take actions and do it in your own hands. The overarching energy is the Moon card. There's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. It could be mental illness, could be a criminal record, could be other things going on that will be revealed over time. But there's more to this story, obviously. Lesson to be learned is the King of Wands. If this was something to do with, let's say the person who runs that housing shelter making decisions, and maybe the decisions are somewhat corrupt, or maybe there's some corruption here, or it could be the guy in the car taking matters into his own hands and resolving the issue as he felt it needed to be resolved. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Again, I think that's because the Moon card's kind of hiding that. And then you got the 7 of Coins, which is, representing like the 7 people that he killed. Here he is looking at him. Yep, they're gone. I don't like that reading. No offense. I'm gonna throw some cards under the 7 of Pentacles. Is that really about dead people? You got the 9 of Wands, tired of waiting for their turn. Now you got the 9 of Pentacles, favoritism. Those people are being favored over me. Maybe they were wealthier and they could get in. He's poor and he couldn't afford to get in line. Yeah, I think that's it. And then he felt like he was being left out. Yeah, so basically it's like a persecution complex for this guy. Now that doesn't mean that's not the case. He could have been, this could be about corruption in that housing thing. I have no idea. I hope that's not it. But running over a bunch of people and killing them was not the right answer. God presents us with a lot of challenges and, all different ways to resolve them, which is where the free will comes in. But I'm pretty sure the higher intention is not to take out 7 people in front of you as the way of handling it. I can't imagine that was the right answer. Okay, so that's a bit of a downer. I'm going to throw one more thing. What does the Spirit want us to take away from these incidents? These 2 incidents, plus the one again that happened last week. And that was also Texas. That's right, because or was it Oklahoma? I was like, Oklahoma, cut and shoot. Good Lord, I can't remember the news anymore. Plus in Mississippi. What else? What does Spirit want us to take away from all this? What does Spirit want us to take away from? What's the message here? Why all the deaths? It's certainly bringing, gun violence and things like that to the forefront, right? And then you get to hear Greg Abbott just say stupid ass things. Second time I used that ass word. Third time actually now I said it. Okay, this is what let's stay up. What are we supposed to take away from this? Page of Swords. It's time to take action. It's nascent action. It's beginning action. We may not have the perfect plan, but having some action right now is better than inaction, which is what the GOP would have you do. And again, this could be activating young people to protest and get that message out and start activating, bringing in the Gen Zs and, again, bringing things, becoming active, politically active, and letting the government know what your feelings are and putting the pressure on them. There we go with the sorrow card again. Strength card and the Queen of Cups. Okay, and then underneath it is the Five of Swords. Okay, so messages, begin the action. This is a winner takes all type game. There's no compromise with the GOP. There is no compromise with them. They have no interest in compromising, which is a bad thing, because if they compromised, then maybe stuff can get done. But I believe Bo with the Fifth Column had on his Texas little podcast today, he was commenting how the GOP's unwillingness to compromise actually will be harder on them in the long term. If they compromised, they could probably reduce gun deaths and they could have more gun legislation. Guns are more available, like AR-15s and such could still be available. Maybe if you're 21, you pass a background test check and stuff like that. But what this is saying is, since they won't compromise, what you'll end up having is, okay, we're going to ban them outright. Whereas before they might have let you have them if you were a responsible gun owner. Now it's going to be like, you don't need them. There's no reason for it. So in some ways, the GOP is their own worst enemy because they won't compromise. It means more gets taken away because they won't be met in the middle. Strength card is central underneath. So yeah, organize, build up your strength, build up, the grassroots campaigns, and then go forward with that and ride that momentum because you're tired of burying your neighbors. And, it's it's taking the cup off the emotion and letting it, putting the cup back on the emotion of anger, but taking the cup off on the emotion of this has got to stop. We've got to take care of our own. We can't just keep mourning our losses because you can't reason with people who are unreasonable. Okay, so we'll see what happens in Texas over the next several months or through the next election to see if the people, especially the young people in Texas, get together, organize, and get their message across. Maybe Texas will go blue after all. All right. Thank you for watching my video. I'm right on the precipice of 700 subscribers. So thank you very much to the subscribers for subscribing and watching the videos and throwing in comments. Go ahead and share them with your friends. Do the thumbs up and all that great stuff. And I'll catch you on the next reading. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.